on. No, I would say it's not artsy-fartsy. It has a message. And does it beat you over the head with it at a certain point? Maybe. But the message is really beautiful. And it's enforced through gameplay, so it's not like it's just the game... Ooh! Death Stranding is not just a game where the message comes through like shitty cutscenes, right? No. It's a game where the real story of the game is enforced through gameplay. Fuck off, you stupid enemies types. What was I gonna say? No, that that Death Stranding is the kind of game where the message is sort of community, but you only get that by playing the game. That you get to feel what it's like to be part of a community. About how the world is hard, yes, but through investing in a investing in stuff for each other, you find the real pleasure of this game, and then it becomes a very interesting game. It's one of the games that has the best multiplayer experiences ever, even though you never interact with another human being, like another real player, right? It's complicated, but like Metal Gear Death Stranding in that sense has the perfect message, I find, where it's enforced through gameplay, not through just a character telling you this is what the story is. No, it's you experience it about like maybe a quarter way in, or maybe halfway in, it'll start clicking like, holy shit, thank you other people for existing and placing this. Now the one thing I'm really scared of is going back to that game now, because I played it at launch, right, where everyone's playing it. I don't know how dead the game is. I hope it's not too dead, and or that the game has some system implemented that you still somewhat get that feeling of community, because otherwise the game is just a really hard challenge, I think. But it is worth it. And it's also a beautiful game. It's a beautiful game with a beautiful soundtrack and a good story, right? Like it's the story's not the point, but it's like what's enforced through gameplay is yeah, no, but and it sounds so simple, right? Oh, it's like shortcuts for each other, but no, it's not just shortcuts. It's shortcuts, infrastructure, weapons, ammo, like vehicles. Because you're not allowed to kill in that game, or you're not necessarily allowed to kill in that game, because like it ends the world in some shit. You figure that out really quickly. So there's this like really cool shit about that, like the way that game is meant to bring people together, and especially like in pandemic times, like where everyone has to like sit alone in their house, right? Like that whole thing about being antisocial and stuff like that, that makes the game hit 3 times harder. Which is why if you have the experience to still play that game in like lockdown or isolated like pandemic time, worth it. Definitely worth it. Okay, now I'm gonna play the game. I'm really sorry for that little tantrum. Hey, look at that. It's my doggo!